My name is Walter Gomez. I am a project director at the Artemis study at UC San Francisco. And what we do is basically we're trying to test out an intervention dealing with positive affect and mindfulness to see if we can help men who have sex with men who are also methamphetamine users and are also HIV positive have better health outcomes. Originally, my goal was to get into medical school, be a physician. I was looking into maybe neurosurgery. And then after my freshman year of college, I decided that that wasn't where I wanted to go. I had my cousin's boyfriend at the time was training to be a psychologist, clinical psychologist. And he introduced me to this program where they were trying to get minority students into grad school. This was back in Puerto Rico. So like I was saying, the research training program that I decided to apply for was trying to get students who were interested in mental health and or HIV. And given that I already had some kind of inherent interest in mental health, I decided to peek into the whole HIV angle of it. This was back in 2005, so there were still a lot of new developments in the whole HIV realm. I was working on prevention at the time, so I switched majors from biology to sociology, and I started doing research ever since my sophomore year of undergrad till today. With my position as project director, a lot of my duties are administrative in nature, so I screen, schedule, and see participants for the first few visits, which are the ones that include the psychometric measures that we do on the computer. So they're like multiple choice surveys, but like I said, there's a lot of anxiety when they first walk in, so you have to appease a lot of that, and you have to create this report really fast because the second they sign that consent, you're on. So it's about just creating a comfortable scenario for both of you in that situation. Then you're obviously dealing with pretty sensitive information. You have to be able to navigate that pretty smoothly. I'm also in charge of collecting biological specimens. That could be urine, it could be blood, it could be hair. I don't do a lot of them directly, but then I have to serve as liaison for 4 different labs actually, and all these other sites within the campus. You know, I'm in charge of a lot of the logistics of the study. Like I have to make sure that all our data is in place. I have to communicate with the data managers as well. And since this current study is fairly young, we just started recruiting back in October. There's not a whole lot of data to deal with right now, and once we have data, I'm part of the analysis of that. My focus is mostly qualitative, so I deal with words and narratives. I don't deal with numbers and the scale, so it's a more in-depth kind of analysis because you have walls of text basically of what people tell you, and you have to start finding commonality and themes and basically try to find some way to generalize all these very personal specific narratives and turn them into something that could translate into results and things that can help the populations that you're working with, and that can help you design and create new research around that. And so there's no room for introversion on either field, so you have to be engaging and, you know, amiable and all that stuff. So the skills that I've had from doing mostly qualitative research in my tenure as a behavioral scientist has really helped. I've been in pretty much every kind of stage of the research process that you can be as far as behavioral research. I've been in studies where the data was collected months or years ago. They give you a stack of paper and go like, analyze that. I've been in studies like this one where I've been here from day one and I'm part of the design and getting all the protocols out and implemented and training other staff. And I've met almost every participant that comes through the door. So when I look back into that data, I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. And there's things that are not caught into the, you know, the computer survey or even the qualitative interviews that I know firsthand because I knew these guys. And it's really helpful when you're writing all these other papers because you have a different kind of insight that other people in the same team or in other colleagues that you collaborate with in other sites or universities don't have. So it's a very privileged position to be in the front lines, as we like to say.